Hello, this is Justin VanFulpen. You're watching NFL Draft Digest. Today, NFL Draft Digest, we're going to be talking about the wide receivers. Now, just to look at the juniors that came out, I'm going to read you a list. Chris Bell, North Fork State. Aurelius Ben, Illinois. Desmond Briscoe, Kansas. Antonio Brown, Central Michigan. Des Bryant, Oklahoma State. Carlton Mitchell, South Florida. Golden Tate, Notre Dame. Demarius Thomas, Georgia Tech. Damian Williams, USC. And Mike Williams, Syracuse. Those are all juniors that declared early for the NFL draft. So there's a lot of talent that are underclassmen that are going to be at the NFL Combine, and that's going to be the focus of, as far as the NFL teams. They want to see what these guys can do. Obviously, Aurelius Ben's had a down junior season. Is he a guy who could be a first-round pick? I mean, that's the biggest question mark. You had a guy like Desmond Briscoe, set a ton of records at Kansas. Where does he fit in the draft? Antonio Brown, a guy who was people were surprised that he declared early. So Des Bryant, he missed a portion of his junior season because of off-the-field issues. And is he going to be a guy who's going to be a top 10 pick? So there's just a ton of guys as far as juniors that have a lot of question marks that will hopefully be answered at the NFL Combine. And then you look at some of the seniors. Riley Cooper, there at Florida, he was at the Senior Bowl, had some concentration lapse, as far as dropped some balls that he should have caught. So he's a guy who they want to see continuously having that focus to catch the football on a consistent basis. Jacob Ford, a guy who, as far as a speedster, where's he going to be able to run? Where does he fit in this NFL draft? Is he a guy that's a third-round pick or a fifth-round pick? And is he a guy who can do more than just be a slot guy and a return guy? So that's going to be some question marks there. Jared Perry, he really showed some flashes there at the Texas First Nation game, and so can he continue to continue his stock up, because kind of came in as maybe a 7th-round pick, and his Texas First Nation games helped him, and now the NFL Combine will help him as well. Golden Tate. We all know what his ball skills are, but the question mark was what's his 40 time? What's his down the field speed? What's he going to look like as far as his 10-yard splits and his explosion? And can he do that? Because he's undersized. Yeah, he can catch the football, but can he be a guy who can be a Steve Smith type #1 receiver at under 6 foot tall? So that's a question mark we're going to be able to answer at the NFL Combine. Blair White, a guy who's gone from a walk-on at Michigan State to 2 years ago being a walk-on to now being a top-notch NFL prospect, probably a 3rd-round pick. So we'll be able to see him. Mike Williams from Syracuse, we mentioned him as a junior that had declared early, but he's got a lot of off-the-field problems as far as, pretty much quit on Syracuse midway through the season, missed his, junior season because came back for his redshirt junior season, had a pretty good season. He's a guy who could be a top 5, receiver, and some people think that as far as in this draft class could be, in that 5 to 10 range. But if he has those off-the-field concerns, we've seen what guys have done because of character issues, and some teams just take those guys off the board. So I think those are some guys that really, we're going to see, hey, can they perform well? Another guy who, missed the Texas First Nation game was Chasten West out of Fresno State. He was a late guy who pulled out, but, a guy who, because of a hamstring, now is he going to be able to run? Same with Kevin Yurovich from, San Jose State. Was it the Texas First Nation game, had a turf toe injury that kept him, for only practicing one time, didn't play in the game. Is he going to be able to go? So those are some of the guys who, can we see them go? So, there's a lot of receivers that are going to be, talked about, but those are some guys we wanted to highlight in regards to the NFL Combine. So, again, keep locked down. We'll be down in Indy covering the NFL Combine, and watch it, keep with NFL Draft Bible, blog NFLnext.blogspot.com. Keep it locked here on these videos. Again, next we'll be talking about the tight ends. Again, this is Justin VanFulpen. You've been watching NFL Draft Digest.